Hey guys, this is IS0166 and I am back to cast another 2v2 match for you. This one will be on Omega Sector and it will be between Ash, the red Zerg, and his partner will be FlareStar, the blue Terran. Some familiar faces there, and their opponents will be Cartel, the teal Protoss, and MACHETE, the purple Zerg. Now these teams, Cartel and MACHETE, are a pretty highly ranked diamond team, and then Ash and FlareStar are a very highly ranked diamond team. They're still not masters, so I'm breaking your balls, Ash. Are you gonna break through to masters or what? I don't know. No, really though, this game is so hard, and I just want to, like, being really high diamond is actually quite an accomplishment. I mean, so yeah, I could ramble for probably forever about how difficult this game is, and there is a proxy pylon going down by the teal Protoss, and we're going to most likely be seeing an Overlord from purple get there eventually. Wow, so either that or he's gonna, I mean, he's got to throw proxy gateways down here. What else is he doing? So the other thing I want to say, as the cheese begins on this map, there goes the gateways. One thing, okay, there was some confusion last time when I was talking about this map and the fact that I thought that there were two entrances. What I meant was I thought that this was an entrance and this to each base. So I thought that each base had two entrances. I realized there are two total entrances to the entire thing because there's one for each player's main sort of down here. But this is not an entrance, it is a ledge. So I'm still learning these maps and stuff, as well as the cheese has not been scouted at all. Actually, I think because Ash, look at the way he sent his Overlord. It just so happens that he missed that. That's just really bad luck because this was right here. So, and he does have something going up there. He is sending a drone up here, and he's going to see the cheese, and we'll see how they respond. Briefly, as this cheese begins, I wanted to say thank you, Ash, for the artwork that you sent me. Ash actually was messing around in Photoshop and made some really cool pictures, and I've been trying to figure out a good way to incorporate them because, like, I've been looking at other people's YouTube channels and stuff, and oh, this probe is going to die, and there will be zealots coming any second now, and Zerglings and stuff, and we do have Spinecrawler for Ash finishing, which is going to be good. And there's 3 zealots, still they aren't moving. So anyway, the artwork, I'm trying to make my channel look like way cooler, and so I really like the drawings that, I should say the editing that Ash did to some pictures of Jim Raynor. But I can't really I wanted to use them as part of my background, but I can't really get it to work and make it look cool. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Anyway, I could go into way more details about that, but that's just not even interesting for most of you. So there is going to be 6 zealots coming in here, and again, the cheese has been scouted, and I don't think actually Cartel and MACHETE realize they've been scouted because he didn't see the drone on the high ground. So there are 2 Spinecrawlers in the back. Look at the positioning, very nice here, and the Queen and Zerglings are going to try and protect this Spinecrawler. And here we go, the Zealot's taking quite a bit of damage. The Spinecrawler's also taking a lot of damage. He's actually going to move the Spinecrawler into here. Good idea, I was wrong before. And these Zerglings are going to clean up the Zealots failing. So this attack was predicated on not being scouted, and it got scouted, and that is trouble. So, I mean, FlareStar really didn't even need to do much. I don't even think his Reapers or Marines were even in that fight, and still they held it off. So Cartel is like, oh crap, man, I am screwed. And so FlareStar, that's an interesting idea. Get a Reaper out to take out his buildings, because he'll be able to kite zealots around all day. They won't be able to do anything. So a good idea if you're Terran. A good way to stop the cheese is to get a Reaper out to deal with the cheesy buildings, and then meanwhile just defend at your base with a bunker and Marines. So nicely defensed there by Ash and FlareStar. And I'm not sure if I'm making that word up. Is defensed like a word because I've been using it? And Zerglings from Machete are going to run right into Ash's base, and they're kind of going unchecked. Looks like they're going to be scouting for some expansions. They're not going to see these natural, well-protected expansions are not taken yet. Zerglings don't want to really mess with that bunker right there. That's the building placement for FlareStar is exceptional here, and the Zerglings really are not going to be able to do anything with. And then even throwing the engineering bay down in the back here is FlareStar to prevent the Zergling run by. And Machete does have his expansion up and is starting to mass drones at that location, getting some static defenses. I feel like that kind of was all in with this cheese up here, and if the longer this goes on, even though Machete does have this base, I feel like Cartel is so far behind in like technology. He's still chrono boosting Warp Gate. He could be okay. I mean, if they wait long enough, this base is going to really start to kick in. Ash is, you know, just now throwing this base down. He still have a ton of Zerglings are now on the map, and so it looks like we're going to see a push here finally, and there's a bunch of Marines and a million Zergling march. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the giant army of health bars, as many like to call it. There's a health bar army here. Is I always like to leave the health bars on. I know when it's a battle with a bunch of Zerglings, it's not as they're not really necessary at all because Zerglings have so little life. But here we go. It's going to come down to some positioning. I really like the numbers for Ash and FlareStar, and this is going to be really difficult to defend for Cartel and Machete. And the Zealots are just going to get straight up surrounded. There's way too many Zerglings here. Yeah, no Banelings on the map. No Banelings for Machete. He's trying to get that Banelings nest out, but it's going to be too late because Cartel is going to have nothing left by the time the Banelings arrive. And so just making quick work of this Nexus here, and Cartel is pretty much going to have nothing. There are Banelings morphing in here, but like I said, man, a little too late. Machete really sitting on a lot of minerals there. But yeah, so Machete getting a little ahead of himself, droning up all this amount and not even using his minerals. So here come the Banelings. Are we going to see some massive Baneling death at least before this is over? This Baneling really wants to blow up on something, and it takes out like 4 Zerglings. And these Banelings are, oh man. Machete, man, those Banelings just didn't end up doing that much. And combat shields are finished, so these Marines are that much more hearty, if you will. And so I was thinking the other day, I was thinking about the Banelings, and I'm like, wait a minute, if a Baneling blows up on, think about it, a Baneling costs 25 gas, 25 minerals, plus 50 minerals for the Zergling. So really, a Baneling costs like 2 Zerglings. Now I'm confusing myself because I thought before I figured out that the Baneling should take out like at least 4 Zerglings. Okay, yeah. A Baneling is basically cost the same as 4 Zerglings, substituting 25 gas for 25 minerals. So if you think of it like in terms of I don't know how much you kill versus how much you spend when a Baneling blows up, is like a Baneling should be blowing up at least 4 Zerglings or 2 Marines. But really you need to be blowing up more than that for it to be worth it, because if you're just trading resources for resources, the Banelings really don't make that big of a difference. So anyway, that's enough digression and rambling about that. Thank you, Ash, for sending me this game. Nicely done defending against that cheese. A lesser player such as myself would have crumbled. So exciting match, and thank you guys for watching. This is Irie StarCraft, and peace out.